Hey everybody, welcome to AD2L Season 5, cast by @WolfDota. Thanks for tuning in and waiting. I know we had some people stuck in traffic and it was a little iffy, but I had a great time chatting up with Rat's Ass. Shout out to you. Shameless plug requested by him. He said he'd follow me on Twitter. What a champion. Anyways, quickly into the draft. We've got Death Prophet and Panda banned out by VIPs, and then Void Necro banned out by the Mavericks. Quick Earthshaker Skywrath pickup by VIP for their first two picks, and the two picks are Ogre and Jakiro for the Mavericks. So they get some very solid supports that I've seen a lot of last couple days. I think they're good and can be very effective. You need to be able to apply a lot of pressure though. Jakiro's got to get some towers, otherwise the pick's kind of iffy. That's kind of what he does. Earthshaker, I hope this is a crit shaker, but it's probably a long-range support. Works well with the Skywrath Mage. Get the Fissure Stun, followed up by the Mystic Flare, not to mention just the extra damage from Ancient Seal, and their ability to control pretty much anybody in the game. Then Echo Slam, obviously, for a little later. You get the big team fight presence, if you will. And now into the second bans. The VIPs, they ban out the Viper, and then DotA Mavericks ban out Razor and Silencer. Two more heroes I've seen to ban quite a bit. The couple times I've seen Silencer, he's been very effective. Can really mess with a big team fight strategy, or even just like a team that maybe not doesn't have lots of big spells like Void, Chronosphere, Ravage, those kind of things, but just teams that or heroes that rely heavily on casting lots of spells and are stay alive, like Phantom Assassin, always throwing out daggers and blinking and stuff like that. We have a Centaur picked up by VIP, that'll probably be their offlaner. Big fan of the hero. Here comes the boom. Always a good time to watch. Tiny picked up by DotA Mavericks. I'm thinking, are they going Tiny Wisp? Or maybe the Tiny's just a bait pick to see if they can get VIP to ban something that, like, kind of waste the last ban, or maybe waste a block pick on it. VIP is probably going to want to sit and think about this one for a little bit. Expect them to burn up some of the reserve time.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, excuse me. Quick chat about lanes. Like I said, I'm thinking Skywrath, Shaker, roaming support, Centaur in the off lane. VIP probably wants to get their mid and their safe laner here. The Mavericks could be a little more. You could be aggressive with an Ogre Jakiro. It could be fairly solid. Maybe not trying to get kills so much as just take an early tower, really push into that enemy safe lane. And then Tiny could farm the safe lane solo, or could be a mid Tiny. You got to kind of be good at that. Don't know the players too well, so if they've got someone who that's his jam, that could very well be an option for them. Oh, quickly just gonna make sure my cord's fixed and out of the way. Sorry about that. But we'll have to see what they decide to run. I imagine the Mavericks probably need an offlaner and another core, probably a mid and an offlaner, unless it's a core Jakiro, in which case, or a mid core Jakiro or core Ogre, in which case I just saw that Rat's Ass. Another shout out, plug. Saw my or heard it, saw it pop up in the Twitch chats. Good times. They're probably gonna want to find a if they put a Wisp in this lineup, they're gonna have to run Jakiro as a core. Oh, VIP, they pick up the Jug, so safe lane carry, pretty solid up against a Wisp Tiny relocate. If you can get off, the Blade Fury, that's a lot of Tiny's early damage, or the Omni Slash can maybe burst the Wisp if he gets one or two jumps on him, especially after he's got got level 11 there and has the extra jumps. They go with a Lich pick, so maybe, aggressive tri-lane, Ogre, Jakiro, Lich with the, well, you don't really want to go aggressive with the Lich because he pulls the wave back so hard, so probably safe lane Ogre Jakiro, Tiny, mid or solo offlane Ogre, Jakiro Lich Tiny, or Jakiro mid Ogre offlane Tiny Lich +1. Could work. We'll have to see what they decide to run. Meanwhile, VIPs, they're gonna have to think hard. They're probably a little confused. They ban out Invoker, so they think it's a mid hero that they still want, which leaves it open for a dual lane Wisp Tiny mid if they want to run it, and then have like Jakiro Ogre in the safe lane, or Ogre Lich in the off lane, Jakiro solo safe lane. All of these range heroes, I think, would do pretty well up against the Centaur in a 1v1. Lich could sit back and a 600 range hero, deny a creep constantly, and just Frost Blast away. Jakiro can just harass him back with Liquid Fire and push into the tower. Ogre Magi, I think I'll have a little harder time as is melee, so he'd have to run up and would probably get maybe get double edged every now and then, but he's very tanky to make up for it, so I think it's not too bad. But the Ignite Harass could be solid. Not exactly sure where they're going to want to lane this. VIPs are probably looking for a mid hero of their own. Jakiro's pretty tanky, Ogre's kind of tanky. I was thinking Puck maybe. Puck ahead early can burst these heroes down, but later he's might probably have a little bit of trouble with it. What are some other mids? Death Prophet Band, Brew, Viper Band, Razor Band, Evoker Band. Really hating on the mids, these guys. I don't know if they really want to run a Shadow Fiend. That's a little greedy for this lineup. But it's a mid hero with a lot of burst damage and some solid late game, and I think that's kind of what they need because, like I said, all the heroes are pretty tanky, and you got to be able to kill them early. Tiny doesn't have a whole lot of armor early either, so Shadow Fiend would actually right clicks him really hard with the once he's got some points up in the presence of the Dark Lord. And he doesn't really get any armor until he's got his points in Craggy. So it could hurt him. Mirana ban out, so they're thinking it might be a core Skywrath and wanted to ban out the Mirana combo with the Earthshaker, which is a pretty decent combo. We'll see what the ignorant players go for here. VIP. But kind of just waiting and seeing. What other mids come to mind? All the normal ones that I see a lot of and I think have early been banned. Dragon Knight's on the field. I don't think he's enough burst damage though. I mean, he's a good hero, but I just don't think he works in this lineup. Run maybe. I don't really know if you want to run a Morphling mid here. I know that's like getting super greedy here. They go Huskar, so I kind of like Huskar, but at the same time, I worry. I mean, there's a lot of. Oh, and they go with a TA, so it's going to be a TA mid. And that's really good up against the Huskar because of the physical damage, but also kind of susceptible because the Burning Spears will chew through her refraction charges so quickly. It'll be a little risky to go on him, but also he's got to be careful when he's hitting Tiny because he's hitting so fast and he's going to be in close enough range to get hit by Craggy. He might just stun himself, and Tiny's going to hit so hard when Huskar's low on health. 1 or 2 hits is just going to kind of pop him. But I think played well, this Huskar could do a lot of work. And not to mention Juggernaut's going to be able to farm fairly well, assuming Jug's in the safe lane. Now they could run something different. It'll be kind of up to them to decide how they want to go. But I'm interested to see if they sit the Lich mid maybe and deny some experience from the Huskar and maybe solo the Ogre, or if this is going to be like maybe a solo Lich or kind of which one of these 3 supports is going to be left alone here. We'll have to wait and see. Quickly going to introduce the teams. On the side of the Mavericks, we've got Underscore on that Tiny, Rugbod on the Templar Assassin, Tripped on the Lich, Joel playing the Ogre, and Meryl on the Jakiro. We've got J-Pain on the Huskar for the side of VIP, Finnybee on the Earthshaker. Where's Skywrath? There he is. What's that? Artemis? Hope that's right. On the Skywrath Mage. And then where'd Centaur go? NWU on the offlane Centaur. And last, certainly not least, pluggity plug. We've got Rat's Ass playing the Juggernaut in the safe lane, it looks like at that. No, thank you. Thank you. They can't hear me obviously, but I wonder if you'll catch it in the VOD or something. That's fun. No quick rotations early. The Centaur did run down here and get a nice ward out. That'll help him out early. Centaur Skywrath gonna roam around. They got some wards on them and a smoke. Haven't popped it yet. They're probably quickly spotted out though. There's a Radiant Observer OBS right here. You can see. So they're gonna know it is. A ping comes out from the Lich. gonna be easily in view. Ogre runs down, sees a regen rune, is like, well, crap. Ooh, and a nice pickup for Lich there. Sacrifice something, and he's gonna be halfway through level 1 before the creeps even hit. That's funny. Up top, Rat's gonna be farming that, and it is gonna be Ogre Jakiro in the off lane. Okay, they're running Templar in the safe lane up against the Centaur. I think that's actually pretty solid. And then Lich Tiny in the mid up against this Huskar, which I think this could work pretty well. They're going to be able to harass him back as early. He's not going to have the points in Berserker's Blood to really deal with the magic harass. And Tiny punches him. He has quite a bit of physical damage early, and Huskar's only got 1 armor. So, could do some serious work here. Up top, I think these guys they're probably going to have a tough time. They can go up to an extent, but once Juggernaut gets that second point in Blade Fairy, if they get fissured, they're going to be having a real rough time here. They're going to have some good harass. Nice Fissure comes out, completely blocks them off from that. Bottom lane, I think TA should do alright. NW is going to have a rough time on this Centaur. Those side blades are going to hurt, especially now with the extra damage coming out. I'm trying to keep an eye on this. Top lane up here, more harassment coming out. Mid lane, they're really pushing back Huskar though. He's got to be careful. If he even if he gets stunned up right now, it's gonna be pretty rough. And he does have that toss if they want to go for it. Looking for the stun. There it is. And that's gonna be first blood. Quickly picked up by the Lich. He manages to snag it there in the end. And J-Pain is unfortunately probably taking a little surprise. Not sure what to do up against this dual lane, especially when he's denied creeps and gonna be short on experience. So he's having a tough go of it, but it's a pretty brutal lane to be sure of. Even if you're Huskar, that you just don't really have that resistance early, and you don't have any armor to help out with the physical right clicks coming out to you. TA's is harassing back the Centaur quite well as also. She's 10 denies. Holy crap. That's got to be rough. What are the level differences? Level 2, almost level 4. Oh, up in the top lane. Not sure what happened there. I imagine you got Blade Fairy not used. Fissure not used either. Not sure what happened to that one. It get split amongst assists, so it probably was a fissure and it's just off cooldown now. Sorry about that, folks. I was busy like gawking at the TA's last hit charge. She has more denies than last hits right now. Like, what is this? Meanwhile, the supports on the side of VIP, they do smoke up. They're going to be rotating mid. They're going to look to get this Lich or Tiny. Oscar's going to want to see if he can get some dots on them or kind of bait them back. Unfortunately, the creep wave is way up on the hill. He's going to push in. Ping's coming out from the Sky Wrath. Lich is moving up. Going to get hit by a fissure. Blocked off as well, but I don't think that's going to be enough position. No. They didn't get the pinch. They just didn't quite have the angle there for the fissure, but it's an unfortunate missed gank, but at the same time, it'll buy Huskar a little bit of space, maybe force the Lich back. Or does he already have his Tranquils? He's already got Trank, so the damage doesn't really mean anything. Bottom, NW still having a rough time. Level 4, TA is almost level 5. That's not great. Joel, lumbering around on the Ogre. Looks like they're just harassing. How's Rat's Ass doing on the farm? He's leading his team, 15 CS, 1 and 2 are behind, or 1 and 3 behind the Tiny and the TA, so he's keeping pace fairly well. He does have a bit harder of a lane as well, I say ranged, but ranged harassers. How about Ogre doesn't right click you from range, but he'll get the Fire Blast on you, and Jakiro with the Liquid Fire really mess things up. Things coming out. They see the rune down there. NW's unfortunately just having to sit and soak XP while everything gets denied on him. He's put on a last hit in clinic. Artemis looking is kind of zoning him out. Oh, there's a Skype message. Sorry about that. Bye. That's farming away. Did get that early 2 points in Blade Dance, so going a 2-0-2. Which, I mean, I don't play Juggernaut a whole lot. It seems like it's pretty legit. I imagine Healing Ward is probably a... stun comes on to Skywrath. Ice Path follow-up. Are they going to go for it? Weren't quite in position for it. Didn't get the Liquid Fire or the Ignite on him, so they're just going to back off. But Skyrath's got to be careful. He's pretty squishy, and this Ogre is very tanky with that 10 armor and 720 health. Huskar mid lane's getting pretty low. He's doing alright. He's just sitting back. Gonna get a salve, and Sage's Mask brought out to him. TA zoning back the Centaur. Got his Tranquils now, so he's sitting at full health and be able to do a little better in lane. But TA's just going ham. Finishes up her treads. No Midas here or early Blink Dagger, so not going very greedy, but a solid farm. Huskar's very low. Gonna wanna... Ooh, fakes out the Frost Blast, pops the Sav in the trees. He'll be okay. Top lane, creeps pushing in. Not a whole lot going on yet. That's getting burned back. J-Pain's gotta watch out though. I imagine they might go for something funky like a, if they can get close to him, a toss to Lich Avalanche kind of thing. Because they won't need any right clicks for him. Might be looking for it. No. Thing comes out. That's the Earthshaker pinging it. It doesn't have a smoke this time either, but oh, DD rune. If you can get in range and get a couple clicks off, it's gonna be good. Just gonna get a bounty. Unfortunate that he didn't get that DD. Got an urn, so hopefully if they can get an early couple kills, he can get some charges there, give him some sustain. Tranquil Boots on the ground by NWU. He's got to be careful, buddy. You don't want to get those. Don't want those getting denied by the TA. It'd be awful. Earthshaker is pinging out. He wants to rotate it onto Joel and Meryl, the twin fire demons, kind of. Pass them back. Jakira's just jungle farming as well. Look out for that fissure. Ice Path comes through. Nicely done. It's gonna land. I think that's actually gonna save him. Couldn't get the angle for the fissure to come off. Another Fire Blast comes out. Stuns up the Skyrath. Artemis. More pings coming out into Huskar. He's got that 1 point in Inner Vitality and 3 points in Berserker's Blood. Level 6 didn't go for his ult yet, which getting an Ags on Huskar is huge, I think, now. That 65% damage dealt from full health can be devastating, especially when followed up by some decent right clicks or like the amount of burst damage a Centaur has. So, scary stuff there if he decides to go that route. Also, it's not really that good without it. I mean, the 35% damage is nice. And this, I think it's more the slow than the damage, honestly. But it's just, it's a little, I don't know. I think Ags is really solid on him. TA still farming up a Storm, up to 46 last hits, 23 denies. Centaur's level 7, TA's level 8, and that's just from denies. Like, TA's getting so much out of this lane. Going for the early stats in that Aquila and the power treads, so not going a greedy build, going to, let's use this level advantage I have now and fight early. Just take it to him. Mid lane, Huskar still, he's trying to farm his best, but it's just so hard. Rat's Ass up top is doing very well also. He's up to 41 CS, up against a much more difficult lane. He's got to be harassed, going to be harassed back. You see this guy with Mage Frostblast comes out to him, throws out the concussive shot. That's going to slow the Lich down, but he might get toss comboed here. Tiny's still got a toss, throws out the Lich forward. Centaur ulti comes out. That's going to save the Skyrath Mage. So they used this first Centaur ulti to save. It looks like he saved himself and the he's got Melt Strike on him and the Skyrath. So 2-for-1 ulti there. Excellent, good use, but it's unfortunate that his first use of that was so defensive. Usually once you get Centaur that level 7, you want to just stampede and double edge something. Like, here comes the boom style. Lich Tiny, probably not looking to rotate too early. Drums picked up by the Tiny. He's going what I assume is power treads. Unless, you know, going like Basher, Sange first. So his treads will be out here pretty quick. And that's when that's when he starts getting a little scary. He's got that extra attack speed from the agility on the drums, as well as just the percentage based, plus the attack speed from the treads. Can actually get a couple one or two right clicks off in a fight, even though he's got his point and grow. Juggernaut looks like he's gonna go for that early Battle Fury. I think it's good, especially if if they kind of. Maybe Jakiro and Ogre are going to start rotating soon, trying to gank these other lanes or push other towers and stuff. Meanwhile, mid lane, Huskar gets killed by the Tiny, or finished off by the Lich, actually. Not sure where the Lich made it out to. He looks like he went north, but they're going to chase this Tiny. Silence and a concussive shot come out, but it's just going to be a parting gift Dubs are going to tickle him on the ass, and he's going to wander his way out. So they get another kill up on this Huskar, he's been struggling in this up against this mid lane. The Tiny and the Lich have been able to keep him at such low health that just the stuns coming out from the Tiny, as well as the little bit of extra damage, have been enough to finish him off or put him in like one punch range of death. And Tiny moves a lot quicker than Huskar. He's got 372 movement speed. Huskar's probably only sitting around 150 or 350. Sorry, yeah. Heard a stomp come out. There's a stampede. Rugbroad's going to be dropping very low. Needs to get that meld off. Gets it just outside tower site. Disrupts the last shot and runs away. Might have, if depending on how ballsy he is, might have been able to get the kill. Decides not to go for it. Is going to TP out. He's going to make it, and he does. Nice plays coming from him. Disjoints that tower shot and manages to get away. Refraction was on cooldown, so he couldn't rely on that to save him. But good play coming from him, and he baits out. Well, baits out. They use the stampede without getting anything for it. Huskar is forced to rotate as well, trying to get that kill. So he's making a fair bit of space, and not to mention he's been given all of the space. It's 11 minutes in. He's got 67 CS and 26 denies. Next up on the list is Underscore on the Tiny. He's going to be clearing up his inventory here, getting that magic wand. And third, but certainly not least, is Rat's Ass, who's been left alone now for a little bit, and he's getting a fair bit of CS. I imagine he's got something. He's going to have to spin his way out of this when he's getting some rotations. Going to just burst down this Joel. He doesn't have enough mana for Omni Slash, though. He's going to harass him down, and Concussor Shot comes out. It looks like they're going to be able to get him. One more hit. There it is. Rat's Ass puts himself on the board, and he gets the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the Centaur does fall. Picked up by the Tiny and TA combo, I imagine. So a couple kills coming out across the map. I think that's like obviously in favor of the Mavericks, but at the same time it's good that the Juggernaut was able to get that kill. It's going to push him towards that Battle Fury a lot quicker. The quicker he gets that, the quicker he farms the eggs, blah 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 blah. But it's unfortunate the Centaur and the Huskar have had such a hard time in lane. The Skywrath and the Earthshaker, they're kind of supports. It's about where you expect them to be. Maybe depending if they're having a really good game roaming, be a little further ahead, but at the same time, it's the 4 or 5 position supports. You don't expect them to have a whole lot. But for mid Huskar, he's had a rough day. Rat's Ass. Another Stampede comes out. This one's defensive as well, though. So they're just going to have to back off. Earthshaker's rotating through. He's going to get spotted out by a TA trap. Slowed down by that one. And he's got a lot of his team coming in, but their Stampede's on cooldown. They're not going to be able... Quick Melt Strike, though. Holy crap, he's dropping fast. Goes down quick. Unfortunately, misses the stomp. Huskar leaps in onto the Lich. 1 or 2 more Burning Spears, and that's going to be enough. Skywrath Mage is dropping to the TA in the meantime, though. Centaur's going to go down as well. 1 more right click. Can he get in range? There it is. He drops as well. Huskar isn't able to finish off the Lich. Probably needed 1 more spear, a couple ticks. But they're going to look to go on him. TA with all this physical damage is going to be able to slow him. Huskar pops in Vitality, but not sure he's going to be able to get no mana for Refraction. He's going to look to deny himself to Roche, and he doesn't get it. Ultra kill coming out for the TA. Very impressive play coming out from Rugboard there. Picking up a lot of the kills and going for that Manta style build. And TA wants to fight. Had that extra movement speed from the Bloodlust and attack speed and just the physical damage to deal with the Huskar. Which I kind of mentioned that the Huskar is really weak to the physical damage. Like, he doesn't get any armor. He's very good against the magical damage, which up until the TA that they had a lot of it early. Like, Tiny, sure, he's physical later, but early he's all about the wombo combo. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, Rat's Ass on the Juggernaut can get some kills. Get this Battle Fury up and get farming like a machine. He's halfway there. He's got the Claymore and the Ring of Health. He's going to farm up a little fair bit quicker. Experience graph is sitting about 5,000 in favor of the Radiant of the Mavericks. They're looking to go. Oh, is this Chain Frost going to be it? Yep. Nice solo kill picked up by the Lich there. Good use of his ulti. It's a long cooldown, but at the same time, I mean, when you're ahead, just pick up the kills and force them further behind. Gold graph's probably 7,500 in favor of the Mavericks. Joel's up top. Ping is coming out here, so I think there's a ward here, but nothing on the map. Rat's Ass is level 9, getting close to that. He's gonna have the broadsword here real quick, but he's getting dove on. Ice Path's gonna come out. It's not gonna catch him. He's dropping very low still. There's gonna be another Frost Blast when he comes out and can't get away from that. The haste rune. Skywrath comes out. Earthshaker Fissure as well, but that's just gonna force them back. They're not gonna be able to turn this. Defensive Ice Path just to make sure, not falling. TA in the meantime is just having all of the space in the bottom lane. He's just able to really, really rack up the CS, rack up the gold. He's 4-0 and 0. Stampede comes out onto Joel. He's gonna. That's how he's gonna. Yeah, stun NWC. Leap onto Tiny. Avalanche follow up. Toss as well. He's dropping low. They get the Huskar. Tiny levels up in the process though. One punch comes out in the Centaur. He's gonna run away. Tiny's gotta watch out though. Centaur's got double edge and a stomp. They're running up high ground on him. Quick double edge stomp, and that Tiny could have dropped there, but decided not to go for it. Probably for the best. TA's dropping low. Gonna have to back. Rat's ass. You want to be a little careful though. If he pops a meld strike and hits you with it, it's gonna be a rough day. It runs over to Sentry though, so maybe could have kept going. But a ping comes out here. Not sure how they know. Maybe a creep killed a trap or something, or what? But I'll have to wait and see. TA very farmed here. Already has a Manta style. Go for whatever he wants to. Rat does manage to deny that tower, so good stuff for him. Underscore is farming away. He's getting really close to that eggs. He's halfway there. Anything on the crow? Nope. Looks like a mech coming out for Lich though. Didn't see that. Always nice to get some farm in the supports. And it looks like he also wants to go for the get an urn on their own side. Urn's actually not bad against Huskar because it deals speed damage. Toss TA, melt strike as well. J-Pain's gonna drop. That's a quick kill. Nice pick off there coming out from Underscore and Rugboard. I don't know how to say your name, buddy. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering it. Pops the match style, and that's gonna be a quick tower. They don't even get the glyph off. Stampede comes out top. Looks like they're gonna gangbang the Jakiro in the corner. But they're gonna get stuck in there by the creeps while the rest of the Jakiro's team pushes down mid. Mavericks are gonna be happy with that trade. Huskar in a tower for Jakiro. Blink comes out from Centaur, and this is what they're gonna need. They need to be able to get like a surprise initiation, pick off on this TA, shut him down, get a kill, maybe burn down his refractions. Got to do something to him. Got to kill. Another toss, melt strike again. One more right click, and there he is. Oh man. This is going to be their tier 3. Tiny's punching it for 200 damage. TA's clearing the creeps. There's just not a lot they can do. You can't get anywhere near them. Especially with TA bloodlusted like this. And that is one thing I didn't mention, is the combination between these two big brutes right here. The Ogre's going to bloodlust to Tiny, and Tiny's going to swing, excuse me, incredibly fast with an eggs. And then once he gets an AC, if that's the route he decides to go, or whatever attack speed item he decides on, he's going to be clearing up buildings and heroes like nobody's business. TA runs into Roche, checks it out. Huskar's pinging it, says that we got to check Roshan, make sure they're not in there. Earthshaker's coming around as well. They're just going to run into the Roche. That could be a little risky, but there's no one there. Poke their head in, they're like, oh, never mind, not doing it. They ping out the TA. Looks like they want to rotate onto her, but they're going to walk right over this trap, well placed there. And she saw the Huskar ping them. There's one come out. Another one comes out. Yay. What are you doing? Blink hoof stomp. Oh, he missed the stomp. She mantas off the silence, and she's going to look to run away. Do they have any sentries? Yeah, they drop a sentry, and she's going to get bursted down. Nice play coming out from VIP. They make the rotation work. And that's the kind of pickoff they need. They get 570 some gold towards the Skywrath. Not sure how much of gold in total for the team. Have to wait for the fight recap. No, holy shit. TA was worth 1,900 gold for the entire team of VIP. So that's a very good boon for them. And look at that XP crab dip just from the one kill. That was split amongst 5 heroes. They TP'd out, but at the same time, they are losing their top tower. Tiny's got the giant branch, smacking away in it. Jakiro's melting the tower down, and they're just going to bulldoze these towers. Tiny's got his eggs now, and he hits quite quick with that eggs. Rat does get the mid tower, so that's good for him, and he's got his Battle Fury, and it's not a terrible time considering he had such a hard time in lane. Not a terrible time for Battle Fury. That said, oh, pops the defensive Blade Fury. Wants to save the Omni Slash though. He doesn't quite have mana for it, but with the Battle Fury, he'll have that in a moment. And now I imagine he's going to want to go Eggs. Eggs afterwards. Just, it's so good with Juggernaut. Reduces that cooldown, increases the jumps. He's got his farming tool now. He needs to start gearing up late game. Meanwhile, we have an Ogre Illusion rotating through. Not going to get spotted out. Things coming out from Earthshaker again, pinging out. They want to defend as well. Don't want to go anywhere near them. Tiny's just going to cleave down this creep wave, and he's going to look to push. Got his friend sitting off on the sideline there, the dual supports. Wonder what he's going to go pick up now. Nothing from the secret shop. Meanwhile, TA's doing Roshan, so it's going to be excellent for him. Did pick up a Chrysalis, pops the Meld Strike, and that's an easy Roshan for TA. They ping it out a little too late. They knew that it was happening, but DD Rune up top. TA's going to love that. Meanwhile, Yules, was that a Yules under the Skywrath? Missed how they got that kill. Sounded like a Yules. No one's got a Yules though. Where's Jakiro? Yeah, no idea what that noise was. Maybe, oh, it was Mystic Flare. That's the noise Mystic Flare makes. My bad, guys. Looks like they want to just clear this tower, and Tiny's going Mask of Madness. Wants to finish this game out now. Feels like, you know what, I'm fucking tanky as hell. Let's do this. Right now is when you wish Earthshaker had a Blink Dagger in level 11, though. Really wants that extra points. Stampede is up. Blink is up as well. Stampede, Blink, gets it on 2. Juggernaut comes through, gets a nice Omni Slash off, quickly bursts down the Jakiro. TA's Aegis goes as well. Tiny's still cleaving up that Huskar, though. He's dropping very low. Huskar is going to fall. Tiny goes down as well. So does the Earthshaker. They managed to finish off the Juggernaut. Skywrath Mage, the only one alive. In the end, they lose Jakiro and Tiny, and I think Skywrath's going to drop TA. Oh, 27 health. Oh, no, the tower. Tower's not going to do it. Nope. Just Centaur does buy back. Gonna look for the Blink Stomp, but doesn't have any ways to get off these refractions. Gets it on the Ogre, and that's gonna be an Ogre down. But I think he's gonna pay for that with a die back of his own. Yep, he drops as well. Earthshaker, I believe just respawned. Gotta pull up my buybacks, and yes, that was just a respawn of his. But a die back from the Centaur, and they went 6 for 3. Yeah, Chikiro did die there. So excellent, good fight coming up from the Mavericks and VIP. They lost a lot of their tower there. Tiny did not have his Mask of Madness on him yet, so he wasn't getting that extra attack speed, but he was also a little bit tankier. Let's take a quick look. Experience shooting up again over 10,000, and the net worth is up, probably sitting around 14, give or take. So. Aegis is down though. They're gonna probably sit back and farm. TA's gonna finish up that Daedalus. Wants to just go for it. Let's take a look at net worth. Tiny, TA leading it. Not surprised. Juggernaut, rat's ass, sitting up there, 3rd on the list. Getting towards what I assume is a Battle Fury, or is not a Battle Fury. He's already got the Battle Fury. A Ags Scepter. Got to learn to word. But in the end, it's this poor Huskar. He had such a hard time up against the Tiny Lich, and a Huskar that's behind is just so unfortunate. It's so disappointing because you can't, normally you want to be able to just like see a Lich and be like, well, I'm gonna fuck you up, or Ogre or Jakiro, these supports that normally aren't that much of a problem, but when they're higher level than you or the same level than you and have just as much if not more farm, you just can't go on them. Like Lich, he's got 1200 health, 14 armor, and then he's got a mech and an urn on top of that, and he's going for an Ags. A lot of damage there. They're picking out the wards, so I think they know that they're around. But it's just, I liked the Huskar pick. I thought it was a good idea up against the TA. Or sorry, like just kind of in general, very like aggressive mid hero. Something they wanted, and there wasn't a whole lot left, but it didn't work out. The way the Mavericks laned it, and I don't know if that was their plan from the beginning or not, but they laned it very well, able to get a couple kills in lane and just really shut him down. And it looks like they want to go on this, but even before Roche is up, Roche is going to be quite a while still. But up in the mid lane, stun coming out, Blink stomped by the Centaur, and he's going to go for the Ogre Magi. Mystic Flare comes out, Joel's going to live, he's going to walk away 4 steps away from the Jakiro Ice Path as well, toss onto the Huskar, one more hit, and he's going to drop down. Jakiro did go down at the end. I missed Rat's Ass going down off on the side there. He died on the side of the fight. Joel goes through, gets the another Fire Blast, multicast there, but Tiny with the Mask of Madness, double buybacks, Huskar and Juggernaut. They get the Stampede, they miss the Stomp, but they get the burst damage coming out. In his death throws, he throws out his Avalanche. TA, though, with a quick double kill, cleans thing up, gets a crit as well. Juggernaut just can't handle it. TA gets a triple kill in the end to clean up. That's a dieback from the Juggernaut and dieback from the Skywrath. GG is called. Good game, well played. And it's a quick ultra kill going the way of Rugbrood. And they're going to clean up this rack. So they're going to get the, they're going to go for the Rampage before it's over. There it is! Rampage comes out for the side of the Mavericks right before the game is over. And that's a quick victory. 25-minute game coming out for the side of the Mavericks. Good game, well played from them. I really liked their draft and the way they laned it. It was pretty impressive to watch. I can't wait to see what VIP comes back with, though, in the next game. They're gonna be thinking, ban out a couple heroes, maybe ban the TA, and go from there. If you enjoyed this stream, I'm gonna have another game coming up in a few moments, and then later tonight, I'm gonna have another set of matches played. And you can feel free to tune in. Follow me at WolfDota on Twitter there. You can see it on the side. And don't forget, support the AD2L. If you like the games and you want to watch more, please buy the ticket. The people who run it, they do put a lot of work into it, and just show a little support their way if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Feel free to watch on Twitch, or you can also watch it on my YouTube channel at WolfDota. And just try and support best you can. If you can't, that's fine. But hope you enjoyed the cast, and I'll have some sick tunes going on just for the between the games. Take care.